Foden is the most talented player I've ever seen in my career as a football player manager. He has everything to become one of the best players, not just in England.
Phil Foden has taken his game to a whole new level. He scored a hat-trick in the Manchester Derby, and Guardiola couldn't be happier with him. As the World Cup approaches, we ask ourselves, what the heaven is happening to Phil Foden? Overcoming injuries. Two things have marked Phil Foden's first few years as a professional footballer: his undeniable quality and his persistent injuries. Foden has failed to appear in several Manchester City games. He suffered a ligament issue, plus a few knocks picked up in trainings and matches. And he was ruled out of the Euro 2020 final due to a foot injury. I remember speaking to the manager when I got injured and just burst out crying. The devastation that I was injured. His ability is undoubted, but concerns were raised over his ability to weather the rigors of elite European football. We've seen many great players fade away due to injuries. Talent such as Ansu Fati and Marco Reus, to name a few, still struggle to play a full season without spending extended periods on the sidelines. In Foden's case, even though he's been key to Man City's Premier League dominance over the last 2 years, he's missed 10 PL games per season. Luckily for him, Foden has always had Pep Guardiola's support. In fact, the Catalan coach explained that Foden's recurrent injuries were a consequence of his constant commitment to playing every single game. When you have an injury in your ankle and 2 months of holiday, you will recover incredibly well. But when you play every 3 days, you will have niggles. But with this amount of games and knowing Phil, he will want to play and be there. Okay, great, your coach has got your back, Phil. But can you finally become Manchester City's talisman without picking up persistent knocks? City's main man.
Yeah, definitely. Play as a striker, dropping when he wants, going behind when he fails. So not in normal position, a static position. And he contact really well with Rodri, with Kevin, with and Phil has a special talent.
Guardiola said this months ago, but we doubt his opinion has changed, as Phil Foden has taken his game to a whole new level. Without a defined position on the field, as Guardiola wanted, the 22-year-old feels unleashed. He has struck a spectacular partnership with Erling Haaland, and both appear to be unstoppable in the Premier League. Now free of injury, Foden needed a big game to cement his scintillating start, and the Manchester Derby was the perfect occasion. Foden was a constant thorn in United's side, and marked 2 incredible milestones against City's biggest rivals. He scored his first hat-trick as a professional player and broke Lionel Messi's record as the youngest player to reach the 50-goal mark under Pep Guardiola. At just 22 years and 127 days old, Foden surpassed the Argentine, who achieved the same feat aged 22 and 162 days old. Not even Foden himself could fathom what had just happened. What a day! So grateful to have got my first hat-trick for City, and in the Derby too. Wow, what a feeling. Manchester is blue. Foden's incredible performance earned high praise from City's all-time top goalscorer, Sergio Aguero. The Argentine admitted that Foden is his #1 player on the team. What a madness from City. Incredible Haaland and my favorite Phil Foden. Come on, Man City. Manchester is blue. Now talk about a dream performance for Phil. Take the leap. Already a top player in arguably the best league in the world, Foden seems ready to make the next big step in his career and become one of the best footballers in the world. He's got 2 tremendous challenges ahead of him, one with Manchester City and the other with England's national team. On one hand, the citizens are obsessed with the Champions League, and the Foden-Haaland partnership has breathed new hope for the club's fans. While on the international front, Gareth Southgate's team will attempt to bring World Cup glory back to England for the first time in 56 years. Southgate believes in Foden's abilities to lead the 3 Lions to the promised land.
With Phil, we know there's a super player there.
Foden has evolved on the field and is now a versatile offensive weapon. He plays in the spaces and is just as comfortable creating as he is finishing off attacks. It'll be up to him to keep up with expectations and prove that Guardiola and Southgate were right to believe in him. Foden's injuries are a part of the past, and Phil is ready to become one of the best players in the world. Will he lead Man City to their first UCL title? And how will he perform at the World Cup? Let us know in the comments.